Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about 3 Metaverse cryptos that are under 100 million in market cap right now that might be worth more than 100 billion very soon. There are 2 secret Metaverse eBay and Google Adsense projects that are right now under 100 million. And when we talk about a metaverse that is going to be like Google Adsense that has under 100 million, these are the things that we have to take notice of. And here's a little personal story, but I lived in Alabama. I lived in the south of the United States for a good while, almost 5 years. And one of the first things you notice when you first enter the state, and all across the south actually, is you see these billboards of a guy called Alexander Shannara. And when we're talking about marketing and billboards and AdSense, there's going to be tons of billboards over in the metaverse. So that is how Alexander Shannara, I think, made his empire. Like, he's a lawyer, but I think he can really be called the emperor of billboards because you see him everywhere when you're driving across the highway. So that's the game we're playing. We want to talk about advertising in the metaverse because it's going to be coming. And that's exactly one of the projects I want to talk about on top of eBay. We already know how big e-commerce is because chances are you're buying your things online now with the pandemic and everything. So that in the metaverse, that is also something that has a lot of potential. So with that said, you don't want to miss this entire video, so make sure you watch till the end. But before we get started, can you do me this one favor? You know what I'm going to say if you are a returning viewer. Smash the like button and subscribe button to help out this video and algorithm. And now let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is AdShares. Now this is the Web3 protocol for Metaverse space monetization. So what they say here is that AdShares ad server platforms allows users to rent space inside Metaverse blockchain games, NFT exhibitions, and websites. So this is not only just in Web3 with blockchain metaverses and things like that, but also websites, and that's incredible. The market cap right now is just 50 million and the price is at 270. And they already are on different blockchains like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. And you can see how many places they're really on. Not only that, but if we look at what they have here, they have speed, their enterprise service chain that can process 1.4 million transactions per second. They have privacy, like you can run ads without sharing your personal data. Middleman elimination, we'll talk more about that in a bit. They're very high performance, and they also have staking, which gives dividends for holding the token and staking on multiple platforms. And like I said, they're cross-chain, so you could trade and stake the wrapped ADS on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. So I really recommend you to go over this site, which I will link in the description below, and take a watch of this video and see for yourself how much potential there is in AdShares. But let's talk about this a little bit more. So AdSense is really Web3 protocol for Metaverse space monetization. So you could really think of it as Google Adsense, but for the Metaverse, Web3, and things like that. And what I see right now is I think there's high potential for this project because of all the Metaverse hype. In AdShares, anyone can make their own ad server by implementing open source blockchain tools. So this whole entire concept allows ads holders to profit from the monetization of the protocol. And I'll explain about that more in just a little bit. If that's a little bit too confusing for you, then let's break it down. Let's think about the current situation. So if you want to advertise on YouTube, Google, or Facebook, there is a middleman involved. Namely, their name is YouTube, Google, and Facebook. These guys set the price, and that's all you can do. You can't kind of negotiate for the price. You have to set the price that they give, or you just not advertise at all, which means that you get no business because you need to advertise to get business. And AdShares kind of turns this idea on its head because they are a protocol with a P2P marketplace, which means that people can set the price for the ads they want to run. And then the advertisers that are looking, the people who own billboards, who are looking for people to advertise, they can go cherry pick the prices that they're like, okay, I'm fine with this price. I'll let you advertise on my billboard. So that's what they're doing. They're kind of connecting the people who are advertising, who want to advertise for their business, and the people who owns the billboard, for the lack of a better example. So they're doing the matchmaking service. So they completely cut out the middleman, which is Google, YouTube, Facebook, and things like that. But that is not the best part of this project. The best part of this project is that coins are deflationary due to the native burning and dividend mechanism. Ads has its own ultra-fast DPoS blockchain, being also cross-chain to Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. Mic drop. Let's not forget that the protocol can process 1.4 million transactions per second, which is astounding if you compare it to Bitcoin's 7 transactions per second or Ethereum's 30 transactions per second. And not only can it process that many transactions, but the transaction fees are extremely low in comparison as well. And like I said, it is inherently private. So you can run ads without sharing personal data, which you have to do right now if you're running ads on Facebook, YouTube, or Google. And lastly, if you're holding ads, you can go ahead and stake it and earn passive income on multiple platforms. So I talked about this in the last Metaverse video, but Atari, guys, Atari, you should really check it out. But in brief, we know that they are in gaming, and their goal for their Atari token is for the token to be used as the mainstream currency in the entertainment industry. The token also provides smart contract security, liquidity, and easy integration into various blockchain apps. I talked about this a lot, but Atari is really trying to build their own metaverse, and not only that, they already own huge plots of land in both Decentraland and on Sandbox, which makes them a real no-brainer. So here we are, guys. My computer is not very good with the streaming Decentraland, but we are here in the Atari building in the position of -95, 110. That is where Atari is. But you could see what we have here. You could see that they have some casinos going here with the little frog that's over there. People are actually playing games here, guys. And they also have, I think they have, you could really host a party. They have a DJ up there. So this is some incredible things that are happening on Decentraland right now. And there are actually players. You can see there are actually players that are gambling right now in Atari Decentraland. You see these guys? So it's really incredible what's happening right here. Plus, I want to talk about BOSON Protocol. So these guys really describes themselves as the decentralized network where future commerce will run. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to allow people to sell physical products in the metaverse as NFTs within their own Decentraland space. So they actually bought a plot of land from Decentraland for around $700,000, I think, in order to create a virtual mall. And the main innovation of BOSON that I got from reading the light paper, and I swear their light paper had so many buzzwords. I'm like, what are you trying to say here, man? And that is something that I'm quite wary of about them, because when people try to make things complicated that is really, really simple, that is when I think, am I getting scammed here? But basically the gist is that BOSON have these things called commitment tokens, and what they do is this allows the automation of digital to physical redemptions by tokenizing the confirmed deal to exchange at a later date. So in layman's terms, that's basically means something as like a futures for a thing, whatever that thing may be. So using an example, like stocks can have futures contracts, for example, and using the example of Tesla, you can have a futures contract to buy Tesla shares at $1,000 at a later date. You can use a commitment token in the same way to buy a certain thing at a certain price at a later date. And in these commitment tokens, usually the buyer and seller, they both have to put in a deposit in order for the deal to be confirmed, for there to be a tokenized NFT that can be used. And this is exactly like the escrow project that I wrote that now I'm selling on Udemy right now. So if you haven't checked that out, then please check that out. All right, guys. So over here, we're at BOSON land in Decentraland. The position is 75, 108. And you could see that they are not as well set up as Atari is, but still, you can see that they have some pretty cool stuff going on. There is the banner that's what I'm talking about. People are already advertising on Decentraland with that huge billboard, and several billboards actually. So you can pretty much check that out. But yeah, you should definitely go to 76, -76 and 09 for just playing around at the BOSON. You could actually go inside this portal, I think, and this will actually take you to the website. So that's pretty cool. Oh, that's all I got for you guys. AdShares, Atari, BOSON. Really think about each one and think about where the vision is going for you. You have to really ask yourself questions, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and not just count on some YouTubers showing you around on Decentraland. But anyways, ask yourself some questions. Is this gonna go where I think it will go? Will people use billboards in Decentraland? Will people do commerce on BOSON? Those are questions you want to ask. And ask yourself, which project do I really believe in? I really believe in Atari and AdShares. I see some potential with AdShares, so I'll look more deeply into that. But otherwise, if you've enjoyed this video, if you actually got something out of it, then please just do me this one favor. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income, and I'll see you next time. Peace!